What is going on, my truth seekers? I want to talk to you a little bit about imagination versus revelation. What I mean by that. In the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 10, verses 3 through 4, it says, "For the weapons of our warfare is not carnal, but they are mighty through Yahuwah, pulling down every stronghold and every imagination that exalt itself against the power and the knowledge of truth." What that means is mental warfare. What that means is spiritual warfare. What that means is this is the battle of the minds. So a lot of people see truth and they want to imagine that it's something else. For example, if you look at the book of Exodus, chapter 3, verse 15, this is the first time Yahuwah revealed himself to Moses. He gave Moses instructions. He said, "Moses, go back to the children of Israel and you tell them that my name is Yahuwah, and you let them know that my name is forever. Also, Moses, you let them know the same name Yahuwah will be my name in every single generation." It didn't say it will be changed according to the people you meet if they don't have the same alphabet as my name. It didn't say that. So we cannot change the name of the Most High based on alphabet. He didn't say that. He specifically said his name is forever. What do that mean? In eternity, his name is Yahuwah. In time, in space, in matter, his name is still Yahuwah. Here's imagination. They call them everything in the book based on what? Not truth. Strongholds, imagination, thoughts that exalt itself against the power and the knowledge of truth. So this is what I mean by imagination versus revelation. Remember Job in the Bible? Job tried to reason with the Father. He tried to figure everything out. You know what Yahuwah told Job in the book of Job, chapter 38? He told Job to stand up and be a man. I'm about to have a conversation with you. He said, "Were you there when I laid the foundation of the earth?" He asked Job that question. What he was saying to Job, don't try to understand something you was never a part of. Don't try to understand something you didn't bear witness with. Just take my word and my instructions for face value and be obedient and follow. Remember Abraham when he took his son Isaac up to kill him, right? The instructions was to take Isaac up and kill him. He never told Abraham the other part of the plan. Abraham didn't imagine in his head that I'm going to kill my son and then he's going to raise him off the altar and then a cloud is going to come down. Abraham didn't have no imaginations. He took the instructions for face value. And this is what you and I should do. So what has taken place in the church and in what has taken place with biblical scholars, the Bible warns us of in the book of Romans, chapter 1, verses 21 through 22. It says, "Because that when they knew Elohim," meaning they had a conscience of him, they knew who he was, "they became vain in their imagination. Professing themselves to be wise, they became fools." So they wanted to get credit. They wanted to be seen as the scholars. They wanted to be seen as the know-it-alls. So they got puffed up and took revelation and started to use their imagination and give you more than what the Bible has said. The Bible says that they took the incorruptible Yahuwah and made him into the image of corruptible beasts. So what do that mean? They took something that is eternal and they used images. You ever go to a Catholic church? You see all those images of Mary and Saint John, and you see all these pictures of Jesus and all. This is called imagination. It's not Bible. It's not Bible. So this is what I mean. When we get the revelation of the truth, we take that and we run with it as is. You ever see a mailman come to your house and deliver some mail, and that mailman don't have a clue what's inside of that package, but they want to tell you, this is what I think is inside of that letter because of the weight. I think it's money, and I think it's a gold card. And you open up the letter, and it's nothing like what he said is in the letter. This is what I mean by imagination. That's why mail carriers just deliver the mail. They never explain to you what they think is inside the mail. Their job is to take the mail and deliver it. Our job is to read the truth, believe it for face value, not use our own thoughts and imaginations. So with all that being said, where the Bible is silent, we should be silent. Like a lot of people talk about the afterlife. Have you died and came back? A lot of people talk about hell. Have you been to hell and came back? What do you know? What we do know is what the Bible tells us of the afterlife. What we do know is what the Bible tells us being eternally separated from the Father. That is what we do know. So with all you're getting, family, get truth. Definitely get understanding. And understand the difference between imagination versus revelation. And the revelation is this: Yahuwah, the invisible one, has been manifested in the physical, and we call his name Yahusha. Now, if anybody have an imagination that that name is something different than what the Bible says, that's exactly what it is. Every other name outside of the name of Yahusha is an imagination. It's a stronghold. Until then, seek truth.